Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 30 minutes after we started the stream. It's okay, I've just been doing boring paperwork. It's okay, though. It's all done. Website's updated. Sheets updated. Honestly, I wish I could delete even more, because there's still more stuff I wanted to do. No, so I'm actually not going to do any side quests for the moment, very deliberately. The reason why is because there are certain glitches I still haven't gotten a chance to try. Because asterisk is the mute button. Dragonfire. Yeah, there are certain Korok-related glitches I want to poke at. I don't want to mess up yet. So, I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to be worthwhile, but I don't want to mess it up, so we're kind of deliberately avoiding side quests for the time being. Speaking of which, thank you so much for actually taking care of yourself today, Evo. That always makes me happy. Yeah, that looks brown. Like, I don't want to go swimming in that brown. That's Fallout water right there. Ugh. The smoked Gouda does taste terrible. Crackers taste even worse, but goat milk, I still haven't had, so I have no idea how that tastes. Anybody ever had goat milk? I mean, other than Evo, obviously. That's a good point. We could get a lot done with a third arm. You're kidding, Bionic Punk. Jesus Christ. And of course, you were obviously not kidding. Yeah, there's this thing called science. We've got a decent amount of science at this point in our life. So Blainterville mentioned the idea of a Mega Man Pokemon game, and I've actually been thinking about that ever since he mentioned it. Because even, like, the initial plot line jumped into my mind, fully formed. So, it's not actually full robot masters, right? It's the bots that they run on, the regular enemies. And they all have abilities and advantages and disadvantages. They are programmed to be limited to so many different types of moves at a time. Just like Pokemon, you can only have the 4 moveset. I'm not saying we would keep with the 6-4 format. I'm just saying, like, you would keep some format of limitation on that in-universe to explain that. But the initial villains aren't adhering to that rule, and dealing with them is one of the initial, like I said, the initial arcs there. Okay, so this is... So many of these damn things are in caves. It's actually kind of irritating. Don't mistake me. I'm not going to give it a negative for that, but I want to. Boy, I want to. I just want a negative. I just want to shotgun negatives at this game. I want to fling them from a catapult that I build in this game. I haven't built a catapult yet. I already have an idea of how to do one, because we've already seen one in a shrine. What am I doing? I'm unlocking shrines. I'm actually kind of sweeping the last of the things. Are the Robot Masters legendaries? You get it, Darker. You got it immediately. That's why most of the Pokemon are just bots. The really big Pokemon, those are the actual Robot Masters. So, like, you know, hey, I've got a Lekman on my team. Holy crap. Is that even allowed for this bracket? And, of course, bots being what they are, there's all kinds of, I hesitate to use the word malleability, but, like, customization, you know? In how they, and how you set them up. Oh, there it is. Well, we only have about 80 shrines to go at it. I've been trying to do as much of that off camera as I can, I swear. I love how they specifically mention that there's a distinct smell to the Korok seeds. Like, did they think about that? Did they process what that sentence meant? Second. Yep, the distinct smell of poop. I mean. Well, no, that's exactly what it means, because that's what it is. It's okay, it's animal poop, so it's okay if it's animal poop, right? That's better somehow. Okay. Yep, and you turn that poop into inventory space. This is one of those things that probably sounds like a joke, but it super isn't. Yeah, seeing that level of tide swell. Like, I know this is a fantasy setting, but damn, those are some serious tides. Oh, that instantly destroyed it. Okay. Screw it, we're gonna do the other way then. See the damn shrine, it's right there. Just refill our stamina every rocks here. Yeah, suddenly I just start hearing dun 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 dun. Possibly, but I'm not sure, Frieza. To be honest, that hadn't occurred to me. Because I haven't encountered any of the, like... You know how in Breath there were honest-to-goodness quest shrines? I haven't encountered any of those yet. Just, like, get the crystal, find the spot, or they're just there. Okay. That's a lot of blue. But... So, if I've been doing this correctly, and I'll do a double check, everything north of this line should be there right now. Yeah, we avoided the desert because it's the summer. Let's go get these 3 and call that good. Yeah. So, shoot. Wrong button. Someone asked a question earlier and I completely missed it. It was like, would you rather sleep once or sleep forever or something? God, I'm sorry, I literally spaced on the question. It was Mad Overlord. That was it. Am I repeating that question? Because I've completely spaced on it because I was doing the paperwork. Please don't hate me. Man, I can't wait till autumn when it'll get up to 90 and more humid. Oh, it'll totally rain. I swear. It's time for realsies. I'm not seeing this one. Which means it's probably in a cave. Caves. Yeah, this is assuredly in a cave. Alright, where is it? Where is it? Where's the cave? Thank God I have a map, am I right? Imagine playing this game without a map. Why would you even do that? There's also one right here, I just noticed. I got that one. So this one. Yep, nope, there's a cave. Oh, that's pretty far out there. Okay. That's over here. You realize if you don't pick a third, there's only one place it's going to go to, Croatia. And that is the objectively correct choice to put a donation towards right now. If you find these circumstances, these terms, one might say, acceptable. You know, Mr. Red, I want you to know that I hate you personally. Just like on a deeply intimate level of hatred. That should be our new metric for if someone is eligible to run for, like, Prime Minister or something like that. Alright. What's your policy on the Donkey Kong Country show? Thank you, Croatia, very much. As always. I will jot this down. For Mass Effect, Andromeda, Gothic 1, and Zelda, Echoes of Wisdom. The objectively correct choice. And that would become like the new big polemic topic, right? Instead of whatever nonsense that people are arguing about these days. There's a rock-like? The website's actually up to date right now. Instead of whatever nonsense, it's just, what's your policy on the Donkey Kong Country show? And some people are like, it's an unforgotten masterpiece. And like, you start to hear party line thoughts that, you know, people don't agree with. They just repeat them because they hear other people say them, like, at least the voice actors were trying. Or, I'd rather have this than the alternative. No, it does not. Dealer's choice counts as the person in question. It's the same as if it was a gift sub. Yeah, what alternative? And Mr. Red's like, how could you have an alternative to the Donkey Kong Country show? There is no improvement. There's only the joy. Some people are just really into monkey butt. That's just how it is. See, the funny thing is, Mr. Red, I guarantee you, and I say this with 100% certainty. 6. Oh my god. Hang on. 2, 3, 4, 5, jump. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, jump. Oh my god. Oh Almost made that. Almost made that. Oh my god, this is really frustrating. Listen, nobody actually liked Reboot. So what's my favorite Donkey Kong game? I mean, Tropical Freeze, like, without question. Yeah, but like, why did they bother to make this wet? What possible benefit from a game design perspective was there in making this wet? It's probably not even faster to climb up rather than go around. But they made sure that, no, you go around. Or there is no go around, and we have to climb up. Huh. Okay. It's a puzzle. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely a puzzle. Let's see. There it is. Anyways. Puzzle solved. Oh, hey, there's some rocks over here. Why'd you do it? I spent forever crafting that puzzle. I'm almost sad we don't actually hear him say that line anymore, because that was just a weird moment of joy in my life, hearing him go, "Why'd you do it?" And like just the most shocked possible voice, right? Just like you've just tortured an entire group of orphans, and it's like, anyway, sorry. Favorite Donkey Kong show, or game? Excuse me. Favorite Donkey Kong game. So I'm going to go against the curve here, because I've actually reviewed all 3 of the original Donkey Kong Country games and found them fairly lacking. So it's none of those. And then there's the old Donkey Kong games, which are and then there's the puzzle games, which I actually haven't played. So that really only leaves 2 games. Now, having played both of those games, I would say pretty definitively that Tropical Freeze is the better of the 2. Hello? Okay, do I need to hit its horn? Asking for a friend. Land on it. Land on it? Okay. Yeah, that's the puzzle game I haven't played, J. Palmer. This. Yeah, this is my new flying mount. Actually, really slow. Oh, jeez. It does not like the terrain around here. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. There's a shard of the spike. Okay, cool. Another one. Is that it? Are there only the two? Is it random? Okay, there's a third one. There's a bunch over here. I guess they wanted to stop people from shooting the dragons. Whoops, 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 whoops. Okay, well in that case we're gonna go for the horn. Obviously. Then we got the shards. Yeah, Tullin's like, you know, you should die. Why'd you do it, Tullin? Sorry. That was a scale, not a horn. Come on. I clearly hit the horn. Now, what qualifies as horn here? Help me out, game. The eyeball, maybe? Once per refresh. Well, that's actually pretty terrible. Here's the real question. Do I feel like waiting 10 minutes? No, I do not. That's terrible. I already have enough irritation with games where I am forced to not play them for long stretches of time. I'm not going to sit here for 10 minutes. Ever missed the 90s? No! God, no! Ugh, do you remember the 90s? 'Cause I do. There's only one decade worse than the 90s. That's the 80s. There's only one decade worse than the 80s. That's the 70s. There's only one decade worse than... Okay, anyways. This is another freaking cave. No. This is a quest. This is actually the first honest-to-God quest unlock right here. Actually, hang on. This doesn't look like a quest. This looks like a thing we can do. So let's do it. Let's risk it. Let's risk it. Hope we're not screwing ourselves over. Southeast. Southeast. Yeah, if there's one decade I would want to be born in, it's the one we're not yet. Because surely that's going to be better, right? Surely, surely, surely. Southeast. Yeah, I couldn't play this game, stream this game, or, you know, be able to breathe if this was the 90s. Just to name 3 random things right off the top of my head. I'm fine, thanks. There it is, I see it, I see it. Any fairies? Maybe. Looks like a no. Okay. TNG aired in late 80s. 87, I want to say. I mean, we got some good stuff in the 80s. Or 90s, excuse me. And we did. FF6, Chrono Trigger. Ocarina of Time, LTTP. Like, a lot of the best games ever made came out in the 90s. But that doesn't really make, like, the 90s better. It's just, honestly, it's kind of a coincidence. I was right, 87. Oh, fine. I'll use the sliding sled Shield of Doom. Just for fun. I'll dump that. Yeah, TNG had pretty much become good when the 90s started. Coincidence? Oh god, where's the frickin'... No, it's behind me. There we go. Oh, jeez. Okay, okay. Okay. I don't actually remember Kennex Cow, because Babylon 5 was, had a tumultuous period of getting to availability. How would I rate this Star Trek series up to Enterprise? Well, that's a good question, but unfortunately I'm not done doing that yet. I am actually in the middle of doing that, though. For example, Season 1 of TNG is so far the worst season of television that I've covered. And I've got the numbers to prove it. You know, that's a good point. The zone I live in the sky. It just makes sense. Okay, so let's see. For example, Season 1 of TNG is a 19.23%. And I know that's a vague number, but lower is worse, is really what that boils down to. By contrast, Season 2 is a much higher 33.33%. And Season 3 of TNG is all the way up at 60.9%. So, noticeable improvement there across the seasons. Is me. I haven't gone past that yet. We haven't touched DS9 at all. No, it's actually the exact same metric we used for all the streaminations. So it's like this. It's actually a fairly simple system. Whoop, up, up, up. And it's raining. Oh god, and it's raining. It's okay, I still have the slip resistance. Oh, thank god for slip resistance. Oh my god, why? Why? Why, god? Why? Why does slip resistance not resist slip? Why? Why does it not resist slip? I have triple slip resistance. God damn rain. Okay, it stopped raining. And they're gone. Fucking rain. God damn it. Negative to gameplay that I've already given. Damn. So the way it works is it's a vague review system. It's not as good as, say, the pluses and minuses system. But the idea is any given episode gets a rough rating from 0 to 6. And it gets exactly as many points as I just described. So Lamentation is 0, and then it goes, you know, blues are 1s, greens are 2s, yellows are 3s, oranges are 4s, reds are 5s, and purples are 6s. That's pretty much the system in a nutshell, but the idea then is... Oh, I have no idea, Jermata. I haven't even tried yet. The idea is you then calculate what 100% would be. So in other words, if magically a specific season or show had nothing but violets, if it had nothing but sixes, what would the score be? Then you calculate what the actual score is, and that's the percentage score of the whole season. Make sense? And those scores then equate to colors. For example, TNG Season 1 is actually blue, whereas TNG Season 2 is green, and TNG Season 3 goes all the way up to orange. That's why I say higher percentage is better, because the higher the percentage, the closer you are to the ideal, which is every episode being purple. Which probably doesn't exist in reality land. Ah, okay, one of these. Where are you at? So we have covered Voyager a little bit. So Voyager Season 1 is 37%, which is green. Voyager Season 2 is 21%, which is blue. And then Season 3 is up to 39%, which is, again, green. We haven't done past that yet. Haven't done Enterprise yet, haven't done TOS yet, haven't done D-Space, haven't even touched Deep Space Nine. And as far as the other shows we've covered, Arcane was 90%. That's purple. Andor was 94%. That's purple. The Mandalorian Season 1 and 2 were 55%. That's yellow. And Cyberpunk Edgerunners was 56%, which is also yellow. The Donkey Kong Country show is 0%. Now, that's only 4 episodes. But that is impressive. Oh, less, 100%. Like, I know that you linked that meme as a joke, but no, like, I've actually been thinking about that ever since. The nature of how television is greenlit and funded nowadays is just so fundamentally different that I guarantee you, like, just about any old Trek show would not have gotten anywhere near as many seasons as the 7 standard. There has to be... The way I've got to find a blue somewhere. It's possible that there's a blue. That's true with most shows, too. Like, DuckTales, nah, they never would have gotten the however many seasons they had. X-Files wouldn't have gotten the 7 seasons. Other shows that aren't sci-fi related. Most sitcoms, nobody cares. As awful as that probably sounds. Historically speaking, people don't care how well a sitcom performs. They just care that it's there. I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that as a statement of fact. It's one of the reasons why, for the longest time, the word sitcom was actually used as an insult word. Yeah, that's why I was just looking, because we've got this. Oh, hello. I didn't even see this over here. Listen, I'm blind, legally, without my glasses. So yeah, can I just, like, hold the rock with my legs while I'm holding on to the glider with my hands? There we go. No. And I know what you're thinking. Hang on, Lore, do you have any proof of the fact that, you know, shows would get canceled for it? Yeah, Farscape. Also Futurama and Firefly, while we're on the subject. You'll notice most of those came after the era of the Treks. Which, broadly speaking, is just kind of the 80s and 90s era of television, which, like I said, was just different in terms of how they greenlit things. No, you're missing it, Linear. With Farscape was canceled. Past tense. That's a thing that happened. Are those fans? Those look like rocks. Yeah, those look like rocks to me. No, it's good to double check me. I am blind, as we just discussed. Yeah, canceled on a cliffhanger. That's cool. You know, that's an interesting question for Frieza, and truth be told, I don't know. There's a lot I don't know about international television, because I know that some of it's different. Looking at you, Doctor Who. Doctor Who's the only international show that I've studied to any substantial amount. And let me tell you, that's a trip. Okay. Well, it's staying afloat, and that's the important part. And there's some water flow. So we're going to be here a minute. I should get ahead of it. That's a good question, Settlezilla. If you say so, Dragonflare. I really didn't see anything else there. Yeah, media preservation is just not a thing. What was the reason all those things were canceled? Idiocy, stupidity, moronicism, dumbassness, ignorami. Mental deficiency. Tiny dicks. Pettiness. That actually is one. Babylon 5 was a victim of pettiness. Babylon 5 is still a victim of pettiness, actually. That's a true story. I'm not making that up. There are some people who own the rights to Babylon 5 who have insisted and indeed demanded that screw that show out of nothing more than pettiness. Oh my god. Nope, that's as far as I can go, right there. As I've mentioned before, a lot of office politics and what gets canceled and what gets sabotaged boils down to someone just pretty much straight up being a dick. Is it even moving? It's hard for me to tell. Yeah, it's moving. Getting kind of low on these. In the interest of speeding this up. Oh my god, it's still too far away. No, that actually wasn't sabotage. That really was a screw up. So, some of you may or may not be aware that at the end of Enterprise Season 3, Enterprise was horrifically sabotaged. To the point where the show kind of never actually recovered from it and then was eventually canceled over it. What you may not know is that was not intended as sabotage. We actually have a fairly large amount of information on what was going on at the time. And it boils down to the creators involved were like, hey, here you go. Here's a birthday present. A cool, neat, interesting idea that you can then take and run with going forwards. Enjoy your new season at Enterprise. And it was so terrible and received so badly that not only did it kill the show, and a lot of people never actually, you know, watched the rest of Enterprise, but that is something that is still claiming victims to this very day. The Trek Lormani has still not watched Enterprise Season 4 because of the finale of Season 3. Like, they demanded that we move on to Voyager instead. So, still claiming victims 20 years later. mean, eventually I'm going to drag them through Season 4 of Enterprise, but, like, it just says something. Well, see, that's the funny part, Jay Palmer. I'm actually with you on that. Because we did watch, not Shockwave, what was it called? Stormfront. We did actually watch Stormfront, and Stormfront is a noticeably better episode, two-parter, I don't know, than, like, pretty much everything that came before it. With a couple of exceptions. Like, just the general quality of the show noticeably improved, right? Didn't help. Didn't help. Well, it's funny you say that. We've actually already watched These Are the Voyages. Just to get that particular acid pill out of the way. Because that was just... Oh, sure, this is kind of a massive spoiler, but at the same time, ironically, it also isn't. Let me walk you through the specific sequence of events, because telling you in generics isn't going to get it across. Is that okay? So, I want you to imagine that you're at the end of, ostensibly, a season-long arc, okay? So there's this big build-up to a big final boss fight against the big evil ship and the big evil bad guy, okay? Now, all of that has happened. Now, I'm not going to go into spoilers on that. That's its own thing. But after that big final boss fight has happened, and the day is saved, and the world is saved, and everything is saved, they're like, oh, cool, thank God. Their ship is so badly damaged, it has trouble operating at warp. So the ship literally gets picked up by one of their allies and dropped off very close to Earth, okay? So, as in, like, sublight range. It's just going to take them a few hours to reach Earth at non-faster-than-light speed. So they're dropped off right next to Earth, and they're like, oh, thank goodness, okay. So they start flying towards Earth, and they're talking about all the things they're going to do when we get there. And for some reason, they're not seeing any signals from Earth. And none of the lunar bases are responding, and none of the outposts are responding, and the space station isn't responding. That's weird. Oh, well, let's go ahead and go into orbit. All right, still can't seem to contact anyone. That's kind of strange. Okay, whatever. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna send down a shuttlecraft to San Francisco, Starfleet headquarters, in order to figure out what the hell's going on. Sure, no problem. So they send down the shuttle, and the shuttle's going down, and they finally start seeing someone responding, and it's two German Stutzkas, which I'm probably pronouncing incorrectly, coming up out of absolutely nowhere to shoot at the shuttlecraft. Then, jump cut over to a German Nazi war camp, medical camp specifically, as they're caring for all the people. Everyone's talking German, running around in period-appropriate uniforms. And one of them's like, who do you think he is? And it cuts to Archer! Oh my god! And everyone's like, oh my god, Archer's actually alive! Because he was totally dead, and we totally believe that. But anyway, so he's alive, oh my god, and he's there. And then and then the guy looks up to the light, and there's another Nazi, and he looks to the right, and there's another Nazi, and he looks to the right. And then an alien in a Nazi uniform walks forward, and it's an alien we don't recognize. And then credits, and that's the end of the episode. And yeah, if you're paying any kind of attention, pretty much everything I just told you is awful. From the fact that they're just able to time travel with no knowledge. Did you catch that, by the way? There's no moment of time travel. They're grabbed in a ship, taken to, like, in spitting range of Earth, dropped off, and then go to Earth. When does the time travel actually happen? Never answered. So, okay. Then they're like, all right, cool. They can't tell they're in the past, because even though just basic looking at the stars would have told them that, I'll give them that, but at least, you know, I don't know, the fact that there's no space station or no orbital traffic or no tons of ships around or no outposts on the moon or Mars or anything else, none of that gives that away. Okay, sure. And then just a cursory glance at the planet would have been a very easy and simple, oh, yeah, no, that's clearly different because we have the ability to look at things from space, never mind sensors from space. But then they're like, okay, then we'll send down a shuttle. And the shuttle has to get so far down that the Stuchkas can reach it. And I know that doesn't sound significant, but please understand, this is a shuttle that regularly goes into space. So it has to go all the way down to the point where you are maybe half a kilometer above the ground. Like, to the point where you can start to see the buildings that are clearly not modern San Francisco. And then the biplanes go up and start going, or not biplanes, God, I can't remember what they're called. The planes, the fighter jets. Except they're not jets. Damn it, no. And it takes all the way until there for them to realize something's wrong. Monoplanes, thank you. I knew there was a term. And then we cut to the alien who's like, I am in a Nazi uniform. Da-da-da-da. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, okay, well, what's the hook they had planned? That's the catch. Have you ever heard of writing prompts? It's a very, 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 very old concept. But the idea boils down to you want, like sometimes writers just really don't actually know what to write. So they get a writing prompt. And the writing prompt then is like, okay, so, you know, an old man is walking across the street. And as he walks in, as he's entering the grocery store, he sees his dead wife in the mirror. And that's it. That's all I tell you. Everything else is up to you now. That's the prompt. That's supposed to provoke you into thinking. And that's what this was intended to be. How are they in the past? Why are they at World War II era? Why is there an alien in a Nazi uniform? All of these things were supposed to be question marks that were supposed to prompt the new season. That's why it was referred to as a gift. Because the whole idea was they wanted to give them this great prompt, this great cold open, functionally, the hook of, oh my God, World War II, but with aliens. Didn't work. Dye the white pattern black when the sun awakens in the sky. Okay. I'm just gonna look that up. I'm not gonna spend any brain power on that whatsoever. No brain power exists. Beep boop. No brain. What white shape? Oh, that white shape. Okay, I see it, I see it. Yep, it has to be 5:55 to 6:15. That's rather specific. How would I have ended Season 3? Honestly, I would have gone with the completely typical thing. I would have gone with the absolutely bog standard typical approach. You did it. You beat the bad guys, come home. Big celebration. Archer is clearly troubled by stuff. Everyone's still working through problems. Cut to credits. I mean, Christ's sakes. Fun fact, once they then get past Stormfront, that's exactly what happens. The episode immediately after is exactly what I just described. Yeah, working through the PTSD, which is as close to a character arc as Archer ever receives in the entire show. Would be funny, Bonic Bunk. The Temporal was dumb. Would I have killed off Archer? I've considered killing off Archer for R-Trek. Because there's some power to that, right? But the problem is, in this exact case, I feel like that's doing a bit of a disservice to the character who went through all that trauma. I know that sounds weird, but as a writer, it's more interesting to me. Okay, I see. To have him work through that trauma than it is for him to just die. You know what I mean? I mean, sure, heroic noble deaths are cool and all, but no, we can do better than that. That's my thought, anyways. Your behavior is a threat. I'm just building here. God. I mean, even if Archer doesn't recover, I'd rather have him make the attempt at recovering than not even try, right? So no, I don't think I would kill Archer. Now, T'Pol, she's dead. No, I've got it. Let's kill Tucker, but let's do it like in a flash-forward sequence so we know he's going to die for the rest of the season. And of course it's cloudy. Which mirror character do I like most? Kira. Easy answer, really. I would also accept Spock, though. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't even see the left side until just now because it was so dark. Too late now. But at least we have the pattern now. And wait till morning again. Take a 24-hour break. And it's raining. Cool. Oops. That was actually originally going to be a plot. Actually, they had a script set up for that and everything. But yeah, I go with the intended Kira, if only because she's closest to being an actual character. Most of the Mirror Universe characters aren't. Again, Spock is the other big pick there, because he was a character back in the original. Yeah, let's kill off an iconic character, but then immediately bring them back as a duplicate. It's okay, Star Trek has never pulled that off before. Voyager, excuse me. Fresh reminder that the Harry Kim that we saw in Caretaker is not the Harry Kim we see at the end of the show. That's it, that's 100%. So, like... Okay. You know the other reason rain sucks? We can't advance time in the rain. Nope, that's the other way in. I don't actually know what that is, Settlezilla, so I'm going to go with a no. How much of Prodigy? I have read up on all the seasons. I know all the things. I am very spoilered on that. Hell, I know that they actually managed to turn Chakotay into a character in that show. That's impressive right there. This doesn't make sense, though. That can't be it. No, that's what I was doing. Gotcha, Settles. I actually do know what those are. I don't think I have any on me, though. So I had the right pattern. It just didn't work for some reason. Hey, Zar. How's your day going? That's just a blow. Yeah, nothing about... I was just double-checking the quest. It doesn't say it has to be sunny, but maybe it does. I don't know. I mean, I don't think Odin could have beaten Thanos, to be quite honest with you, Zacta. But yeah, probably. Yeah, I'm sure it's literally a pixel situation. We've seen that before in this very game. Where it's like, hang on, there's like 3 pixels that weren't covered. So, you know, screw you. Rain is the worst. In-game, but not in real life. Although rain can be pretty bad in real life, too. That's really funny. Dragon player. I mean, I do have a spare plank I could use. Because that one isn't actually being... Oh, hang on. Sure, Zactef. Whatever you say. I mean, in fairness, when they actually decided to Alpha Strike Thanos, they had him pretty dead to rights. Problem is that, you know, that requires Alpha Striking, which requires pre-knowledge and understanding and existence and blah, blah, blah. If you don't have any of those things, well, it's hard to fight a threat you're not even aware is there. Or where it is, or what it's doing. I mean, Thanos bodied the Hulk. And frankly, I think the Hulk could take Odin. So there's your tiering. That's true, Blade Traval. That's a much more reasonable take on that. I do like storms that destroy trees. Wait, no I don't. Does anybody actually like storms that destroy trees? I don't know. Thor with his... Thor with all his crap is probably higher tier than Odin. Yep. Yep, okay. Is it at least sunny out? No. Does Odin have any powers? That's actually a good question. I think you're right. I think it was this. You can see the pixels. They're right there. Anyways. That's funny. Thank you for the idea on just ultra handing that east edge. Okay, so got that done. It's funny, I think that, yeah, that was the last one I was going to grab right now. Oh god, the Naked Blood Moon Shrine. Sure. Let's see, what are we missing at this point? Let me look at the map really quick. Because there's at least 3 regions I haven't swept. So let's see. Give me a moment to do some cross comparisons here. Get that, we get that. 1, 2, and then there. There. There's one over here I'm missing. Right about here. Scratch my eye. Always very important to eye scratch. Yeah, Cass is just gone. Like, I'm starting to get suspicious. There's one over on Eventide, of course there is. That's probably going to involve doing Eventide. Hard to guess. There's one up here. Where is that? That is right here-ish. And then there's one up here. It's like somewhere up here. Yeah, I'm sure like half of these are caves. The developers were like, caves! Caves, we just discovered that caves exist. Sir, why are you putting caves? Caves exist! They're so cool, there's caves, caves. Caves. Oh, I missed one up here. Or did I? No, I did. It's like right up here. I missed one up there. Oh, I technically also missed the one that's right here, but I mean, of course I did. Yeah, he just got a cold from all his roaming around and playing the accordion. No, someone actually the blue pin. Oh yeah, Eventide? Yeah, I'm sure Eventide's an actual quest. We can delete that for now. We'll just be like, hey, later on, do this. Should put this one down too, just to make sure I remember that it's there. Yeah, then there's all these shrines, because there are shrines up top, and I don't have a map for these, so I'm going to have to figure that out. Alright, and then we've got... So we got that one. Oh, hang on, there's one. There's that one. That one, that one, that one, that one. And then there's one right here. Well, maybe there's a sky version. I don't know. Oh, there is a sky version. Never mind. Oh, I can look at the depths. Ah! Okay, now that I'm done looking at the depths, back to this. Let's look at the obvious one I missed first. That's the first time I've seen the whole depths map. Although it's funny looking at it immediately contrasting the sky, not the sky, the surface map, because yeah, that's a pretty clear 1-to-1 right there. And then there's the sky. It's a lot emptier for some reason. I don't know, it's weird. Anyways, I've got to be the only person who's actually like upset that there's not more sky. Like those diving time puzzles, those are cool. Do more of those? No? Okay, cool. That's over there, isn't it? Okay, fine. We'll go through hell. Am I wearing armor at least? No, of course I'm not. Don't mind me, robots. I'm just passing through. Just walking through, officer. Yeah, actually, the gardens, the Sky Garden, or whatever it's called, that was great. Like I said, it's not quite as good as the Plateau, but that's not saying much. Hell, even at a glance, that's obvious. Like, look at the islands there. There's a few island chains, but they're so tiny that I wouldn't be surprised if you just miss some of those islands even being there, other than the really obvious one, which is the big one right here. Because all the other islands are like this dinky thing, or this dinky thing, or this dinkier thing over here. No, I would say the glider is honestly more mandatory than ever, but more for its horizontal movement than its vertical movement. So I admit it's kind of strange, but I stand by it. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Okay, that was just a guess. But just based on the terrain, I was like, you know, it's probably up there. Next. That's a weird spot. Let's go from here. It worked! Wild guesswork. I don't know if disappointed's quite the right word, but it is strange, because you're right, they advertised the sky a lot, when the depths is so much a larger portion of content, and arguably, oh my god, I can't talk. I find the sky a bit disappointing, because even though it was the thing that was heavily marketed, the depths are arguably more content and higher quality. That's what I was going for. See, from my perspective, I've done tons of the depths. But from the game's perspective, I've done that tiny pittance. Honestly, looking at that depths map is just draining. I don't want to be negative, but oh my god, I look at that and I'm just like, oh god, kill me. Oh, I'm over it. Anyways. I love how they have a dedicated button to whistling for your horse. Please think about how stupid that is for a second. Like, forgive me. The horse sucks. But even if the horse didn't completely suck, it's such a minor and extremely optional aspect of the gameplay that's the kind of thing that you probably shouldn't actually give an entire dedicated button to, right? In a game that constantly has issues with buttons, right? In constantly every button just uses the A button. You could have devoted at least one other thing to the whistle button instead of whistling. I'm bonkered by that. Yeah, like your companions was actually my knee-jerk thought. That could be the companion button. Whoosh. Or, why'd you do it? But instead, it's just, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, moving on. Branch off. Doubly weird because you can't teleport horses to you in this game, from what I understand. I'm sure you're right, Cyclops. I'm sure it's the fact that, you know, horses are iconic to the Zelda series because Ocarina and because Twilight. I could at least buy it if the whistle was a teleport button. You know, just kind of like it was in, you know, Ocarina and in Twilight. But it isn't. So I don't know what they were thinking. I don't think anybody clipped, why'd you do it? I don't think we had a definitive moment of that being awesome. It was just like a constant thing. Oh, God. So imagine if the horse did teleport to you when you whistle, and you're up in the sky. Anyways. Just add wings. Pegasus mode. That actually sounds cool. Yeah, guys, I just had a great idea. Let's add Pegasus mode to the game. Has anyone succeeded at getting a horse into the sky? Because, like, given how long, or rather how short the timer is on, like, the platforms, I'd imagine that's not doable. I don't care about blues. Catapult the horse up. See, I was thinking hot air balloon. Catch is you have to have it on a platform that can actually carry the darn thing, because horses are big animals. Splattered horses, as it should be. All horses should be splattered. I mean, we already know that there's devices in the game to harvest chickens. Why not devices to harvest horses? That's how we produce all the burgers that Hyrule is enjoying. I mean, yeah, I realize I said that as a bull came into view, and whatever. And they drop glue, and glue lets you build more stuff. It's just... And it cuts to Yonobu, who's staring at you, grinding horses up to glue, and he's just like, why'd you do it? That horse was your friend. I can't believe you'd grind it up into glue. Link? Link, why are you shoving me into the grinder? Link, no, please. I'm sorry. I take it back. I'll never question you again. I'm sorry I genocided Hyrule earlier. I didn't mean to. I mean, that would make sense. Okay, this is in a cave. Yeah, of course it is. Where is this cave? You glue it! You had it all and you glue it! Yeah, this is one of my new favorite weapons. It's a shame that I'm probably never going to get another one again. Okay, screw fighting taluses. Ah, there it is. Sure, 7's over. I like making things jokes. As long as it's not a spoiler. No spoilers. Cave, so no wall climbing. I do like the indicator, admittedly. That's funny. Here, have your arm back. What do you... Ah! I didn't think rewind would work on that, because usually it doesn't work on enemies. But that makes sense if it's no longer a part of their enemy object. Okay. Hate everything. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. I can work with that. hate everything. Oh my god. Game, do you just hate fun? Is that what this is? Like, I might not be able to get out of here. Like, I might be body locked in here because of this stupid, sticky, wet cave thing. Which I guess is the opposite of sticky. Ugh, okay. This doesn't get me where I want to go. I hate caves. I hate caves! Ugh. Okay, the game is telling me to stop playing it and to call it an incomplete game. That's what the game's telling me. It's telling me that for about a week now. So this is the only route to go. There's no other side branches. I even knew that was going to happen. Because, like, that rock, this rock here is extremely strategically placed to make sure that I have to get hit by that thing. Because, you know, screw me. I don't even have any healing items left, really. Yeah, I'm never getting all the Korok seeds in this game. Like, that's in the, if you donate me a few dozen million dollars, I will consider getting all the Korok seeds. Otherwise, that is never happening. And that'll be a really boring stream, too. But you paid for it. It'll be worse because I don't know how many I've gotten, so I don't really have a good way to track which ones I still need. Yes, consider. That is an important word. I was having fun until that cave just now. And the cave before it. Or the puzzle before it. I honestly wish I just had more time to do more of this stuff off camera. That was what I was gonna do. And then I woke up late because I decided to actually get a good night's rest. Which I still feel really guilty about doing. I could have woken up 2 hours earlier, gotten all this crap done. No. Okay, so I don't immediately see it, so we're going to figure out where it is before we fall any further. Where is this? It's in a cave! Oh my god. Try to be shocked. Everything's in a bloody cave. I hate caves. God, I hate caves so much. I'm slowly developing a hatred of caves over the course of this game. And we haven't even really done the depths yet. I mean, we've done enough of the depths to have spent about 8 or so hours down there. So yeah, obviously we've just scratched the surface of the depths. That's true. The depths don't have rain or slippery surfaces. Therefore, they are objectively better than the caves. They really like the likes down here, too. I might have to actually kill one of these. That's irritating. Eh. Of course. Have fun with the chores. Boulder's back for vengeance. Ignore the fact that I just built a tie right in front of me here. Pitch the noise. Yeah. It didn't work. Come on. What? I figured the angle would slow it down enough to not bowl me over. Okay, yeah. Darth Boulder's like, I have the high ground. And I'm like, oh yeah? I've got bull crap. What do you mean by bull crap? Ah! Alright, let's do a quick sweep of Nepluta here. Make sure we got everything. Let's see. I hate how there's only 2 zoom settings and both of them are the wrong size. Okay, so. Good morning, Spartan. Okay, so we've got that 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. There's the one we are not doing yet. I don't know what this is. So we're going to delete it, because I don't know what that is. Get that, we get that. We get this one, and then there's this one we're about to get. This one, oh, there is one we're missing. I try to avoid stupidity in my life. I stream for a living, so, you know. I guess that sounds like a weird sentence. What I mean by that is I get plenty of YouTube comments already. I don't need more stupidity in my life. I get plenty of good comments, too. I have to remind myself of that periodically. There's one here? Like, in the water? We'll come back to that. Don't let me forget about that one. Okay, so there's one over here we didn't get. Where is that? Right. Where is that? Ah. Right here. I've actually seen that whirlpool. Huh. Okay. Well, we'll come back to that. I suppose that one, that one, that one. Yep, there's the 3 plateau ones. There's one, where is that? Oh, it's up. It's up here. That's most of the map, except for the sky, which we haven't done yet. Yeah, it's funny. We all talk about YouTube comments as if they're bad, and they are. But then there's like, you know, Facebook comments, and then there's Twitter comments, and then there's 4chan comments. And like it always goes down, you know, there's always another pit further down we can go to. So it's funny you say that, Bionic Punk. This is a bit anecdotal, but I've come to believe more and more that a lot of the comments on, especially larger YouTube videos, are bots. And I know what you're thinking. Well, yeah, of course they are, but no. I don't mean like, you know, hey, hit this extremely obvious fake website in order for me to steal your account. I mean, I've noticed a trend where 10, maybe 20 different bots will all leave essentially the same comment. It's an actual comment. It's a valid comment, and it's reworded slightly each time, but they're all saying the same thing. Let me use a direct example. Let me say that I mentioned earlier, I hate caves, right? Remember me? I said that? So they'll have a timestamp at what I just said, and then they'll say, oh man, I hate caves too, or yeah, I hate caves, or caves are the worst, or caves suck. And there's a lot of comments that are exactly that, with the exact same timestamp and a very, very similar message. And yeah, very generic comments. And I find myself looking at those and thinking, and yeah, I'm sure this has been a thing for years because, you know, view boosting is a thing. But it makes me wonder how much of that has gotten worse if I could notice that just from casual observation. Because we know that the more comments a video gets, the more the algorithm boosts it. That is a demonstrable fact that we're aware of. So, yeah, the alternative is that those really are people and they're just parroting. Yeah, I've heard of the dead internet theory, which is obviously nonsense. But I wouldn't be surprised if a decent chunk of that kind of crap really is just bots. One person made one comment and turned that one comment into 100. I noticed it also recently, I'm not going to say where someone did a video, one of the economists I follow did a video talking about economic policy. Pretty basic thing, all things considered. But I saw a lot of people bashing that person in the comments for that policy. It wasn't a policy, it was just an opinion piece, right? It was just, hey, I think such and such is good for this kind of economic principles thing. No, not economy. Good channel, though. Reason I bring this up, though, is because none of the actual comments listed any specifics. In other words, imagine if I did a video on Tears of the Kingdom. Just a video. You know, 10-minute video. And someone responded in the comments saying, I don't agree with this. Or, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. Or, definitely on the same page. Or, you know, I don't know. I'm struggling to come up with a thing. But the point I'm getting across here, the specifics of each of these, the thing that they all have in common is no information is conveyed about what they agree with or how. For all intents and purposes, they have said nothing. All they've done is left a comment. It's another version of the like button. That's entirely possible, Bionic Punk. I have no idea. I'm on the same page as that Mr. Red guy. And at the same time, I hate that Mr. Red guy. Lore makes a great point. It's just... It's entirely possible that those really are just people who are just leaving vacuous comments. I have no idea, but the actual point I'm trying to make is that if we've reached the point where we aren't even sure if the people commenting are bots or not, we've already hit a problem point, you know? Give me your eyeballs. Delicious eyeballs. It's like we were talking about with Starfield. If your writing is so bad, we're debating if it was AI generated, your writing is really, really bad. Regardless of if it was AI generated or not. I don't really have much of a generic weapon right now. I'll fix that soon. Who needs culture anyways, am I right? Death to culture. Actually, yeah, Arspruce, now that you say that out loud, that's true. I mean, I've had a lot of people comment, and I mean a lot of people comment over the years on some of my videos, and clearly haven't actually watched the video because I address exactly what they say in said video. Now, that problem goes back into the near decade range, so I don't think that's all bots, it's just, yeah. No, no. Yeah, another thing I've noticed is AI... I mean, okay, hang on. I can name 3 ways in which AI has demonstrably made things objectively worse. Thing number 1. Voice to text. I use voice to text almost exclusively because I hate typing on a mobile platform. It's just irritating to me. So, having done so, when they really started rolling out the AI stuff, which was not very long ago, all of a sudden the accuracy of how good it was doing about interpreting my voice has gotten noticeably worse. As in, not just misunderstanding words, which is at least normal, but like in some cases, it will just decide half of a sentence. I didn't even say it. It just decides to put the period, like I'll say, this is me saying a complete sentence. And it'll cut it down to, this is me saying, period. Like, it has gotten hugely worse and frustrating to the point where I've actually started getting back to typing again because it's that much worse. Second thing, search results. Some of you are aware of the fact that you can jury-rig a thing in order to force Google to actually allow you to have actual search results, which I myself do. So, for example, if I look up seahorses, my first result is on Wikipedia, then National Geographic Kids, then Britannica, then Studio Roof, then a YouTube thing, then the Florida History of Natural Museum. It's an actual search page. Cool. But that's using the hack. If I go over here, exact same search from the exact same window at the exact same time, and I do a normal search, what I instead get is a giant thing of pictures and a YouTube video. Then I get people also asked, what are 5 facts about seahorses? Can you have a seahorse as a pet? What do seahorses eat? How big does a seahorse get? Then I scroll down more and I get things to know. Then I scroll down more and I get lower classifications, then videos, then I finally actually reach a search result, which is different search results. It's worth noting. We get the BBC Wildlife Magazine, we've got the National Ocean Service, and then we've got Seahorse Trust, different results than I got before. Then it says people also search for, and then it has images for also search for, and then other things I can actually search for. And then I can hit the second page of search, at which point I might actually get some honest goddamn search results. Just kidding. Instead, I get more images and more people also search fors. What is the hack? And yeah, obviously this is going to differ from country to country, obviously, because there's location tracking on top of everything else here. But it's just bonkers how awful that is. So search results is the other big thing. That's ignoring the fact that you can opt into actually using the Google, I can't remember what it's even called because I have it turned off. But you can have the automatic AI response. So you search for something, and rather than giving you a search result, an AI bot gives you an answer to what you searched for. And those results are terrible. And in some cases, actually dangerous. But then there's the third thing. Now, this is actually the first thing someone mentioned. Images. So if you look at images and we do an image search, seahorses is probably not a good example of this. But if I just look up, I don't know, let's go with fantasy airship. Let's do that. So I can tell immediately that 3 of the images right at the top here are AI generated. It's really obvious. That one's from Final Fantasy VII. And that one's from Final Fantasy IV. The rest of this is a bit more question marky. But yeah, the AI bot, it even says AI generated right there. It actually says it. That says AI generated too. I didn't even notice that one. The image searching has gotten much worse. I can't remember what I was looking for recently, but I was looking for something. I was trying to look up like an image of a person to use as a comparison point of dimensions, right? Because, you know, you got like the head and the shoulder line, then you got the waistline, then you get the knee line. You know what I'm talking about, right? If you're drawing someone. And like almost everything I got back was AI generated people who usually don't have human dimensions to them, making the entire point of the search useless. That's ignoring the fact that unless you know exactly what you're looking for, there's a decent chance that you will get results that are not what you're looking for at all. I can't remember what it was recently. Very recently, I had something like that. I just had to figure out the exact name of the thing I was looking for so I could then search for us. The hack. Jesus Christ. I don't know. Hang on. Because it's kind of involved. This is... I bet I didn't even save it. Hang on. It's okay, just Google search for it. Oh, wait. Give me a minute. I am using Firefox. It is still currently the best of the existing options. I don't know how long that's going to keep being true, but it is still true as of right now. This is taking longer than I thought. Yeah, I try not to use Chrome. That's been true for a long time, actually. It used to be because it was an unoptimized piece of garbage, which was the biggest memory hog in the universe. But nowadays, I mean... Now, hang on. I'm gonna keep looking. As usual, part of the problem here is I don't know what to search for. I feel like this is this. I feel like this is a commentary. Okay. Here it is. I think I found it. So the default way to do it, which is apparently... So let's search for seahorses again. So let's do a regular search for seahorses, right? So that's nonsense. If you click more, it's not there. Oh, wow. Did they flip? Should I get rid of it? Okay, if you click more and then you click web, right? Try that right now and see if that actually works. I don't have an extension. It's a whole thing I had to do to get this working, which is why I'm having trouble finding it again. Okay, hang on. Okay, let's try this. Oh, this might be it. I think I found it. I think I actually found it this time. Okay, this is as close. This isn't quite it, but here you go. Because what you want is for Google web search to be your default. Now it's going to vary how you do that based on your search engine. There's a variant for Chrome. There's a variant for Firefox. There's a variant for Safari, and for Vivaldi. Okay, there. I did it. I've shared the info. I can die in peace. One of these days, I might actually play this game. All right, so. What was I doing? Did I already save? I mean, of course it was, Lenareth. Most Tier 0 tech support is AI at this point. Yeah, that page I mentioned, like I said, it's got a couple of options depending on your browser. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it working on my phone because that's a whole other thing. So I still get junk results on my phone. So I try not to Google things on my phone. That's what that really boils down to. That's how you know a feature's good, when you de-incentivize someone from using the entire platform because of how terrible that feature is. Actually, my phone does have ad blockers. But only specifically for Safari. Nothing else. And that was not a simple and easy thing to do. It's cheaper, Linerith. Yeah, I have an iPhone. I don't know the model or the name or the anything. It's just an iPhone. Well, yes, but think about how much more money they can make if they spend less money. This is just obvious, basic math, Linerith. If you don't spend money, then you make more money. I mean, the most basic reason why I have an iPhone is actually really simple. It's because I've had an iPhone for like 10 years now. And switching would be money, which I really don't have to burn on something like that right now. I don't see a problem here, Linerith. Obviously, you're just a filthy, evil person. I don't know. I can't even make fun of it. Is that a rainbow? I don't think I've ever seen a rainbow in this game. Huh. Well, I originally got an iPhone for the show. Which, again, 10 years ago, and iPhones weren't actually all that terrible back then. I should know because I still have that iPhone. It's this one right here. That would be funny if there's rupees at the end of the rainbow. Even though that makes no sense. We just talked about this later with money. They don't have money. They need more money, Linerith. Yeah, there's a reason that small indie company joke exists. I actually had a random thought. I wonder how much of an epileptic fit landowners would have, little landlords, if they were suddenly told one day that they can only make enough money to make enough money. Like, you know, make a living wage off of renting off their properties. How do I use macros? I don't use macros as much as I used to, because most of the macro functionality has just been baked into the vanilla game. But nowadays, the primary macro I use is mouse over macros. Hang on. Gotta pull out my sus machine here. Nope, she's cool.
Yeah. Hmm?
Please tell me I can't go get these stupid mushroom outfits.
Ah. Oh. Ah. I
mean, for real, I obviously sympathize with you, Linerith. If there's anything I could do to help, I'd already be doing it, but... game not launching WoW is a little bit outside of my wheelhouse, especially for a Mac, because I don't know anything about Macs. Last time I worked with a Mac was close to 15 years ago. Just checking, officer. I guess I'm the officer here. No, I would not be surprised by that, Bionic. Yeah, good enough. I thought the whole point of Linux was for customization. Where'd the other one go? I lost my ice. It's melting in the sun, which I suppose makes sense. Still surprised by that for some reason. Nah, it's too small. Way too big. Where'd the ice projector go? Okay. Come on. Yeah, again, Linear Earth, it makes perfect sense. They're spending less money. What's the problem there? There we go. Jesus. Okay. Let's try the Whirlpool of Death, shall we? See what happens. I have good feelings about this. I already have that one. And that one. Sorry. Oh god, where was the other one I just spotted? There it is. I may be tempting fate a little bit, yes. It's okay, that's why we saved. Him. Congrats, Mr. Red. Hey, Venters. How's your day progressing? I swear to God, if I hear anything negative from you... No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Yes, remember, Head On is a game they should all play if you're interested in RPGs that are made in the Doom engine. No, I'm not going to ask that at all, Bounty Punk. I still use an iPhone, for God's sakes. Although in my case, that's more of a financial consideration. I do get it. It's irritating having to shuffle to a new thing and then learn the new system and learn the new format and blah, blah, blah. I do get it. No judgment. Does it have to be on fandom? I don't think Mr. Red decided that. If he did, well, then he and I need to have a word. See, Mr. Red, there's this thing called fandom. They suck. Like, they are turbo no really suckitude. Fandom might be one of the worst general wiki sites to navigate. Yes, I did buy a phone. Pretty much all my phone expenses are business expenses. I don't actually have a lot of use for a phone myself, believe it or not. So if I'm using my phone, it's generally for work. Otherwise, I'd just get one of those really cheapo flip phones. You know, the ones that are like 40 bucks that just operates as a phone. Either way, thank you for the subventers. Even though you're not there. And died. And then came back. And then killed me. I will admit, that's actually true. That's a fair point. I forgot about that cyclone. The most personal use I get out of my phone is as an MP3 player. So why does everyone dislike fandom? So let me demonstrate really quick here. Let me see if I can do this while I'm still doing this. So let me pull up Google on my phone. So no ad blocker. I'm not sure where that is. Oh, here it is. I've got it somewhere. Pause. All right. Go ahead and pull up fandom here. Any fandom wiki. Okay, so the first thing I see is, of course, an ad. Right at the top. It's an autoplay ad. The next thing I see is a pop-up trying to force me to sign in. The second thing I see is a second pop-up ad on the bottom part of the screen. Then I see the irritating interaction. Like, the interface on fandom is just terrible. And it's constantly popping up, hey, here's stuff on other wikis you might be interested in. And here's all kinds of other things you could be interested in. And blah, 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 blah. And, like, they have this weird thing where, like, you don't click the menu, but it acts like you've clicked the menu. And so it just pops out the menu like, hey, did you want to pull up any of these things? So as of this exact moment in time, about a third of my screen is the actual wiki. This is the bad interface. Oh my god, visual. This is the bad interface. This is ad. This is bad interface. This is bad interface. There's the actual wiki. There's another ad. There's another ad. That's what I don't like about fandom. Does that explain it? Now, the individual wikis, that's different, because that depends on the people who are managing that wiki, right? Like, that's up to them. But fandom itself is something I more or less refuse to interact with unless I have one of my turbo ad blocker setups going for that. And it makes sense. Fandom is very quick and easy to use from a creative perspective. Like, if you're making a wiki, you just go to fandom and you make a wiki, and it's simple and it's easy, and it's a relatively low hassle effort. No judgment. The really good wikis have slowly left fandom over the last couple of years. Yeah, Wikipedia. Can I share a little anecdote which amuses me? So I made an idle comment very recently about how I like being able to double-check resources and fact-check and basically correct myself if I'm wrong about something. And that's true. I do enjoy that that's a thing I can do in my life at this point in time. I sure hope this whirlpool is catching that thing. Yeah, so I commented on how much I enjoy that. And yeah, cross-referencing. Oh, hey, it just auto-ended here. Hey. Thank you for the tip on that, Dragon's Prayer. That saved me an irritant. Someone I was talking to about that then immediately said, well, you know, I'm not sure I would actually consider all the information on Wikipedia completely reliable. Like, you need to always be taking everything that's said on there with a grain of salt, so maybe that doesn't really count as fact-checking. And that sentence sort of stuck with me. Because if you were catching it, the automatic presumption was that the only fact-checking I was doing was checking Wikipedia. Which I haven't done that for I don't know how many years. I would have to really sit and think about the last time I considered Wikipedia a reliable source of information in and of itself. Hint, it's been a long freaking time. Now, I do think Wikipedia is useful. It is a good starting point for finding information. For example, when I went to check Wikipedia for information on Tangled, which I always do for just about any show I'm covering, I found virtually nothing. So then what I started doing is I started cross-referencing across IMDb, as well as a few other sites, including Disney's own site, to figure out who was in charge of what. And once I figured out some names of writers, creators, and producers, I was able to then cross-reference some more in order to figure out where their Twitter handles are and some Facebook and Discord posts of theirs. Once I had that information, I was able to then search through those sites in order to find things by them and try to search through things by them that were on task, things that actually were relevant to Tangled. And that's how I was able to find a lot of the information that I did. That's a decent amount of work, which is probably why most people don't do that. But again, Wikipedia was step 1 of like a 10-step process there. Arcane, I had tons of info for. Hell, even Riot's own page had some stuff about that. And of course, Riot Games was talking about it, so that was helpful. No, I didn't check the wiki page, the fan wiki, or Arcane at all. Now, that's not because of reliability. I have no idea if it's a good wiki or not. I just didn't want any spoilers. And then there's Wikipedia, which is somewhat notorious for being really unreliable. Generally speaking, and I know that there's not really... How do I explain this? It's not like it's 100%, but generally speaking, if given a choice, I will prefer to actually have a print source than a digital source. And for obvious reasons, that's usually not feasible. In some cases, the print source doesn't even exist, and in other cases, I don't have access to it. But for example, when I was doing the Trek Ruminations, almost all of my sources for info there was not Memory Alpha. It was the actual books and interviews and novels and physical receipts that people had put together over the years and put into print format. Like magazines is another big one, because back in the day, there was a fairly prolific Trek magazine. I can't remember the name of it right now. And they did constant like interviews and discussions and kind of things. And even if you don't want to take an interview as at face value, which is valid, it's still interesting what they're saying and how they're saying it. You know, if a producer says this is a great creative moment and we're going to be able to use this to upscale our things for the future, blah, 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 it means that producer is trying to upsell something and is in fact worried about what they're talking about. Things like that, right? Anyway, sorry, to answer your question, no, I have not heard of Wikidot. Or, to be slightly more accurate, I have no knowledge or information of Wikidot. Might be a better way to phrase that. I'm curious, what's the Warcraft wiki use? Apparently, the Warcraft wiki uses wiki.gg, which makes sense. I wonder. Aw. Adding the cover. Oh well. Hey, Valerian. And I feel like you misheard me, Bionic Punk. Wikipedia has a reputation for being unreliable. Usually about character interpretation kind of stuff, but some of the stuff they have on there is actually funny to listen to. Usually I only use Wikipedia for little things like, you know, how many pieces of this ship are part of this company or something like that. Because usually that just comes straight from the tech manuals. Copy-pasted. What other Star Wars wiki do I rely on? There is none that I'm aware of. So, to be completely honest with you, most of my Star Wars knowledge comes from my brain, and having read an inordinate amount of Star Wars stuff over the years. Well, yeah, like, I've noticed historical stuff on Wikipedia tends to be more accurate. Basically, the further back, the more accurate it tends to be. Like, if I want to look up something for the 1400s, there's a decent chance I could find a good article about it on Wikipedia. Yeah, exactly, Bionic Punk. The more recent you get, the more it's like, grain of salt. I mean, ultimately, that's the end of it, right? There is no such thing as 100% reliable information. It doesn't exist. People want that, and that sucks, because it doesn't exist. There is no such thing. Everything is taken with a grain of salt. As I am fond of saying, even if someone is not deliberately misleading you, they may simply be ill-informed. Or they may be mistaken. I actually tend to get very embarrassed when I say something that's wrong, because I just remembered something wrong, you know? That's always very embarrassing. Happens. Yeah, I forget the old saying, but malice is not always at play, especially when incompetence can be in play instead. That's the one, Glitchman. I knew I was messing up the quote. See, I messed up just now. Didn't do it on purpose. No kidding. Hell, they did an entire movie about that. The Cube, I think is what it was called. The first one. Oh god, the USB thing, I remember that. Oh hey, it's raining. Yay. I want everyone in chat to kill me at the same time, okay? Just one big shot. Just everyone does one stab. That'll be enough to kill me, okay? Death by 1,000 cuts. Okay. Yeah, 1,000 needles. Don't worry, each needle only hits you for 1 damage. Oh, cool. And then there's 10,000 needles. That's a fun one. Hey, hold your horses. That crystal's mine. You've no right to just up and take it. Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. Die, die, die! Die in a fire! Oh, okay, I can't kill you.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my crystal. Give me the crystal.
Mmm. Oh. Oh.
You want me to go catch the giant horse? Really? Okay. How far away is this nonsense? Oh my god, it's all the way over here. Yeah, I do have max stamina, so I should be able to manage this, but oh my god. Let's put a skull here, because that's what I'm going to do to him once I catch him. Alright, no. There's like no fast way over there. I'm just going to have to walk. I turn to the GM. Alright, I kill the guy. What? I kill him. I murder him in cold blood. Oh my god. Look, I need the crystal, okay? I'm trying to save the world. He just wants you to get a horse, and I don't want to waste my time. So I kill him. What happens? Well, okay. He melts horribly before your assault that he has no chance against. As he lays on the ground, pitifully scratching out the last of his moments in horrific agony, he looks up at you in desperation and fear, wondering why his life's candle has been snuffed out by a simple traveler on the road he was just chatting with. Someday. The rest of the world turns against me. Alright. I kill the next person that comes to me. And the next person. And the next person. More and more bones are piled at my feet as they continuously try to throw themselves at the invincible death stack that is me. Yep, that's what our helmet is. There it is. That's right, as we keep killing, we actually get stronger. And our damage slowly goes up. That's actually an interesting question. I have 7 apples. So hang on, let's get someplace a little bit flatter. Right up there. Yeah, the horse really wanted to jump off the bridge there. Looks like the nearest stable is unfortunately out of my way. Whatever, Bragwin. We'll get you back. Don't worry. We'll get you to the stables. Get your hair combed. Get you all cleaned up. I don't know what horse is like. How do you pamper a horse? I don't know horses. I get to the Master Sword and it starts burning me. Yeah, we get some sugar cubes. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stop, stop, stop! Oh my god, this stupid horse. You're worse in every way. Temperament, wild. Bond, not actually fixed yet. Oh, we're gonna call this Bragwin, obviously. Like, that's an easy one.
Ah. Ah. Hmm?
We don't have anything else for something that size. That's funny. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. Do I have any carrots? I should have a decent... Oh, hang on. I should have some carrots right now. Yeah, I've only got 2 carrots. Oh, wow. Yep, I just jammed the Triforce of Power Element. I should feed the horse some raw meat. I think that's a good idea. Tomatoes? Does the horse eat tomatoes? How about Lionel guts? Will you eat some Lionel guts? I don't think I have anything to really feed the horse. I've only got 3 apples. Time to dupe apples. The cheapest, easiest thing to find in the game that I just have not been finding for some reason.
Oh. 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 Ho, 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 ho.
That's pretty terrifying. Yeah, Judas. I do like cider. Non-alcoholic, of course. I need to reach my friend. Bye. I haven't really been knocking over a lot of trees lately, no. But I think I also just haven't been in the low-level zones where all the apples are, too. It's okay, after this I'll probably never need apples again. I mean, alcohol is alcohol. There's no more or less tolerable with it. The moment you add the alcohol flavoring to it, the flavor's ruined. I would say no, Lunaruth. Speaking as someone who is currently playing on an OLED monitor. The reason I got this monitor actually wasn't for the OLED at all. It was because it was the only monitor that was large enough and in a good price range, with the quality I needed, with the refresh rate I needed, with the delay I needed. Delay was the big one. Most big TVs have really bad delay because who cares? You're just watching movies or shows on it. It doesn't matter if it's a second or 2 behind what's actually happening. So finding a big screen that had a 0.3 or a 0.1 was really hard. I guess. I'm probably ruined by it at this point, literally. Because, this is pretty much all I look at is this monitor. I mean, considering wine cooking just, you know, cooks off all the alcohol, I find myself wondering why even do the wine? Why just add grape juice at that point? Hey, buddy. That horse. That horse! Even bigger than I imagined. The widely rumored giant stallion. That horse that's whinnied to me in my dreams. Yes, it's a horse. It's a giant horse. I've never felt so lucky to be alive. Thanks so much. And then I kill him. Having now done his quest, then I kill him.
Hmm.
Yeah, I run him over with the horse. Over here, though. I will never summon you again, just so you know. Unless there's a quest that requires me using a horse. I might do it then, I'll be honest. Aesthetically, the best game I've ever seen on my OLED. Well, by definition, that would have to be a game that has really sharp contrasting colors, aka a game that uses its colors very, very well. Tangled certainly looked good on this thing. I know, not a game. Actually, my knee-jerk answer is Doom 5. I physically cannot show you what Doom 5 looks like on this monitor. There's no possibility of me streaming it and you understanding what this insanity is like. But, like, having full screened, fully unlocked, you know, graphics absolutely cranked. I don't even have words for it. I don't know how to describe it. It looked amazing. Yeah, it's sad. I cannot convey to you what it looked like, because the only way you could see is if you were physically here watching it. Jump! Or don't. That's cool, too. The second most graphically impressive game. Mega Man 2. I'm joking. Out of the way. I did see FF6 via a projector. It's one of the games I tested when I actually had the projector set up, and then immediately got rid of the projector setup. I'm still sad that didn't work out, because FF6 on my wall was actually pretty legit, in all honesty. Ironically, the biggest problem I kept running into with the projector was the aforementioned delay. It had just like a half a second delay, and it was awful. I mean, there are super low delay projectors. They're just much more expensive. Like, this is not a cheap monitor, but getting a proper low delay projector would be substantially more expensive than this. And yeah, I know, business expense, but remember, I'm not exactly swimming in money. Besides, I wouldn't be able to do it here. Yes, I want to board Bragwin.
Oh. Oh.
There. Just for you, Bragwin. I actually took you back. Put you up and you get some nice, delicious oats. Yeah, $1,000 for a monitor is something that just makes me physically recoil. Like, that's... Oof. Let's see. So I'm looking at my review games here. Obviously, it's going to be none of the Zeldas or the Metroids or anything like that. It's got to be a PC game. Starfield! No, I'm joking. Starfield just looked like a worse Fallout 4. Although, actually, Mario Wonder did pop on this thing, I'm not gonna lie. Like, a lot. I would be remiss if I didn't mention StarCraft 2, which really does look very, very good. Even on this thing. But no. I'm still looking. Ugh. Oh, excuse me. There's Ori 2, which, yes, Ori 2 is absolutely in consideration for one of the best games I've seen on this. Most expensive thing in my room? Are we counting the computer as one object? Because then it would be the computer, without hesitation. You know, this is a weird one, but Subnautica actually looked really good on the OLED. Go figure. Hades looked really good. We're getting pretty far back at this point. 2 whole years ago. I think I'll stop there. One of those. One of the ones I just mentioned. Of course, the nerd. That's what I use. This isn't actually a monitor, technically, although the distinction between monitor and TV is getting more and more minute as time goes on. But yeah, if we're counting my entire computer as one object, then yeah, my computer is my most expensive thing in my room, followed immediately by my monitor. After that, the prices drop off pretty hard. Does burn-in concern me? Not really. I actually do have a little bit of burn-in on this one, but it's minute, and I actually only notice it under extremely specific circumstances. Usually just like when I'm turning the monitor off. My mouse is like $40. It's not a particularly expensive mouse. My keyboard was $150, but that's because they don't make it anymore and I got it secondhand. But it's such a good game. Yeah, no, I actually feel you on that, Bregman. Because, yeah, when you go underwater in that game, and you do have to several times. My clothes, so these shirts are like, I don't know, $40, something like this. They're nice, they're very comfortable, and they're a good button down. That's actually why I specifically get this exact type of shirt. This thing was a gift from my sister, I forget how much it was. This chair was like $600, so now that I think about it, the chair is probably the third most expensive thing I own. I don't feel bad about spending a lot of money on my chair, because I use this thing for 10 hours a day. So I got a very nice chair that is specifically tailored for me. Let's see. The desk, I have no idea. This is a desk that was actually my sister's before mine, and she's had it since she was in high school. So this is an old school desk at this point. It's metal and glass, though. It's pretty nice. What else? There's the Switch. That's a couple hundred. So that's more expensive than that. I've also got the PS4. Oh, no, the PS4 is packed up right now. Never mind. Do I own a car? I do own a car, and I do not have any payments on it either. But I was asked what's the most expensive thing in my room. I guess there's my bed. My bed's about $800, which ironically is very cheap for a bed, but it's a very specific bed that works very, very well for me, and I only got it after it was specifically recommended to me by someone else personally, someone I knew. And yeah, that bed has worked out very well. My shoes, I wear Crocs. Those are like $30 each. What else? My glasses are $70. My bed frame is pretty cheap. It's not even a full bed frame, it's just a thing to keep it off of the ground. I have a lot of things that don't have monetary value attached to them that are very valuable to me. I don't know if that counts for anything. Yeah, I see the thing on the lip there. For example, when my niece was very young, she didn't have a bus. So she drew a bus onto a chunk of wood so she could have a bus toy. This is invaluable. Oh, I do, Bionic Punk. They're actually in a bag right now for the move. Most of my memorabilia stuff actually isn't on my desk right now because I packed it all up when we were getting ready for the move. So the most expensive plushie is actually a very easy question. Can you guess before I tell you which plushie is the most expensive one? I'll scooch a little bit so you can kind of see them more. Okay, yeah, it's the melodic. I think I told you all that one. This was not cheap. But yes, Wave is the most expensive plush I own. The Crobat is the second most expensive one, and for pretty much the exact same reason. The third most expensive purchasing price. I'd have to think about the third most expensive, because the rest of these are all actually pretty cheap. But except for one who is not present right now, and that would be Dive. Dive was actually pretty expensive, and I got him at the end of when you could get them, because they discontinued that model. That's part of why I went ahead and sprang for it. Correct call, obviously. Dive is currently in the plushie bin over there, and by bin, what I actually mean is that I have a bag, like a sports soccer ball bag, filled with plushies. Dive is from Squishables, I believe is the name of the brand. Pretty sure, something like that. Frostborn's over there. It's not really a lot of places I can put that. You know, I just realized I don't have heat protection yet in terms of armor. Well, Frostborn hardly costs any souls at all. At least to purchase it. To maintain it, well, that's where they get you. It's one of those rent-a-swords. You know, everyone in chat's just making a list of all the stuff to steal. Okay, this is valuable. Okay, this is valuable. We need to rob him of this. Oh, it just eats your soul instead, Spartan. That's all. The posters? Oh gosh, I forget how much these were. These are custom, obviously. And the custom was the expensive part. But other than that, they weren't too pricey. You know, real talk, I don't remember it. I can look. Yeah, the sword is constantly draining me, and I'm just like... I know it can't have been 100 because I got several. Like, I got 3 on display right here. I'm not spending $300 on my set. Well, I mean, I would, but, like... Not for something that's still intended to be a temporary solution. Although I actually do think the posters, the blankets, do a better job than I thought they would originally. Like, I think they look good. Yeah, I'll say value of my entire gaming library. Way too much. I couldn't even estimate the value of my Steam library alone. And I have a lot of physical cartridges and other things from that you basically can't get anymore. A lot of which I either bought when it came out or got when I rebuilt my collection like 6 or 7 years ago. Okay, is this Death Water? Does not look like Death Water. That's good to know. Actually, I thought there was a third-party thing that would calculate the value of your Steam library. Well, yeah, because, like, value varies, and I think it actually just checks for, like, your current amount or something like that. Hang on, I'm actually curious now, because I feel like I know what you're talking about. It's probably actually not that much money on Steam. I go out of my way to buy things on Steam on super sale. Like, I go out of my way to buy games when they're about $10, unless I can't avoid doing that. Yeah, exactly, vulgarity. Okay, so help, Steam support. Go to my account. And then data related to your Steam account. And then external funds. This is buried, my goodness. Can't even find it. There it is. External funds used. I have spent $13,641.02 on Steam in... Oh, it doesn't tell me the time. In however many years... Oh, here we go. Has it been that long? In the 10 years? Yeah. Since this account has existed. No, 9 years. I'm sorry, I'm misreading that. 9 years. Oh, almost all of them, DVD. I claim pretty much every game purchase is a business expense. I should also mention that also covers expenses like, say, if I buy a gift for a friend, which I do semi-frequently, because my friends are in even worse financial cases than I am, so, like, if we want to play a game together, I'm usually the one who ends up buying that game. That's not a complaint, obviously. That's just how life is. Oh, I see what I'm looking at. Yeah, I'm sorry. $10,000 is a fairly large amount of money to me, even across 9 years. I can't detach that. Why can I suddenly not detach anything? Yeah, no, that's exactly what I do, Valerian. Although... Obviously, I only get to claim a computer expense every so often. But yes, computer parts are immediately discounted. Anyways, enjoy the fire, buddy. Bye. Listen, that guy by the fire could be a Yiga. We know what I think about Yiga. Alright, so I have 19 big wheels and 14 control things. We'll pop out a couple of these. Just making sure it worked at all since I don't know what the hell's going on with this thing. Okay, I have. I love how all-terrain these things are. Not enough to be able to warp up there. Hey, Ross. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything today. So let's see how it handles this. Oh, yeah. That's where it's at. Look at that. Look at that. It's not quite the Mako. Mako. God damn it. FF7 has ruined me. But it's getting there. Like, seriously, the big wheel rigs are some of my favorites pretty much exactly because of this crap. Sure, the cars are faster, but these things are just so much more useful. Okay. Lock your rock! Okay. Here's the Kingdom, brought to you by Lager. Oh, Lager. Sorry. Yeah, exactly, Settle Zelda. That's exactly right. Speed's nice, but all-terrain, that's where it's really at. That's why I really want to... I do want to spend some time and actually improve the hover bike at some point. Ugh. Why'd you do it? Sorry. I don't know why I find that endlessly funny. I apologize to everyone who's tired of that. It's just so perfect. I should glide first. So hang on, in which workshop, Dakota? I missed the game in question. Space Marine 2. RimWorld. Right, thank you. Duh, I'm stupid. That... Oh, God. We need to make that a thing now. Okay, well, I can't see it, which means this is probably a cave. Giga, why did you put this in a cave? It is in a cave. This is a quest to do this. Which we can't even start. Okay, that's irritating. Okay, let's edit this to this. We'll come back to that. Next. I need to buy some heat protection here. So let's go this way so I can finally access the desert. We haven't even been into the desert yet. Like, if you look at the map, you know, there's all this, which we've almost swept in terms of shrines. And then there's the desert. Literally have not gone into the desert yet. Lurelin. I went through Lurelin to get some crabs, but otherwise, no. Listen, I heard there's cooties in the desert. I cannot abide cooties. See you around, Kenexcow. Just, like, pick only a few things to do, Dean Badine. Instead of doing all the shrines like I'm doing. Yeah, we also haven't touched the Lost Forest. That's also been deliberate. I'm gonna make that an actual excursion at some point. This is this isn't even a complaint. It's more like a wish list. Something I really would love in this game is a... what do they call that? Preset? It's where you're like, okay, I'm going to equip these specific armors, and I'm going to set up, like in some games, it's like these talents, these abilities, these weapons, these gear, whatever. And then you save that as a preset, right? And you just switch to that. No, not for the purposes of transmog, just for the purposes of being like, I want to quickly hit a button to switch to, yeah, your loadout. Thank you. That's it, the loadout. I want to switch to the gliding suit. And I just have that saved as I'd probably put that in loadout 3. Then there's the ice suit, which would be loadout 2, the fire suit, which would be loadout 4, and then the fighting suit, which would be loadout 1. Boom, 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 boom. Everything else I could switch on the fly, but those 4 I use frequently enough that I would love the ability to just be like, and then, like, you switch, right? Like, it would probably be something along the lines of this. You pull up a wheel, go, oh yeah, this one. Blong. Like that. That would be awesome. And yeah, what I'm thinking of is a limited feature, but it would be really cool if they could just had all of that just on a pause menu. Just, oh yeah, I want to switch menu. Yeah, sure. And there you go, right? That's a lot of dust over there, my goodness. I hate sand. Yeah, I may or may not be searching for troubles. It's over here, apparently. It's gone. It's just gone. Okay. Hey, Ann Diddy. It's been a minute. It's actually worse than hot-cold. I would prefer it if it was hot-cold, to be quite honest with you. What it is it tracks if you're currently facing the direction of the thing you're seeking. And then if you're also... Sorry, so nope, I said that wrong. I screwed it up. It tracks if you're currently moving towards the direction of the thing you're saying. So let me see if I can physically demonstrate this, if I can get it to pop back up here. by leaving the town. Pop back up? Nope. Okay, so for example, if I'm facing the right direction, let's assume it's there. It's right in front of me. Nothing will happen. So if I look around, still nothing. Still nothing, still nothing. It's after if I have to actually be moving in the correct direction. That's what then triggers it to be like, oh, hey, it's over here. Do they have a shop? Because I was going to buy some fire gear. Here. Yeah, I don't care for how they did that. We need to avoid talking to any NPCs like the plague.
Hey.
What do we got? What do we got? Hydromelons, oil, Cephalina. I mean, it would almost be a certainty they're going to make a Breath 3 at this point.
Ah.
If they do, I hope they consider some of the changes that we've been postulating on for the last few days. I mean, it's not like this game didn't improve a bunch, right?
Ah.
We do know Nintendo is allergic to options, so that's probably not going to happen. Same map? It would be risky for them to use the same map. And I think they know that. Honestly, it was risky to use the same map this time. They only really got away with that because of all the additions and the 2 additional maps. So, I would be shocked if they reused the map. They'll probably use another map. Is there seriously no armor vendor here? Okay. That sucks. Alright. I mean, we could have a ship-focused third game. A game like this, which is more nautical and bent, could work. Like, think Wind Waker, but, better. Yeah, and then it freezes over and we're trains. We're done. No, come on. Come on, dude. Be cool. Be cool. Oh, and I'm taking fire damage. I do not have anything to deal with that, I don't think. Oh, no, I'm wrong. I do have some heat resistance. I mean, Wind Waker was already a decent idea for a game. It's just the execution was what was lacking, in my opinion. I covered that just a couple months ago. Really polishing up Wind Waker? Yeah, that sounds good to me. Let's do it!
Hey.
I'm... okay. We're in double heat. Oh, okay. Okay, this is a thing that's happening. Okay.
Hey.
Come on, come on. Okay, I guess you don't like hills. Okay, hang on, hang on. A little bit more of a circle. There you go, there you go.
Hey.
That's no. And that's a hill. You just... I hate you. I hate you. Okay, fine. Turn, 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 turn. Or don't. That's cool. Whatever, there's the town. Oh, no, that's not the town. I think I'm going too far west. Yep, I am. Well, Echoes, as much as I am extremely looking forward to it, does feel a little bit more like it's going to be a Gaiden game than a main team title, for whatever that's worth. The only significance of that statement, really, is that means that the main team is probably actually working on their own game right now. There you are. Still burning to death? Nope, we made it. We're good. Alright, where's the thing I really care about? I don't know. Either way, for whatever it's worth, I'm looking forward to the next Zelda game after Echoes. I know that's certainly getting ahead of myself a little bit, but it's true. No water. That's bad. Oh, listen to this music. Jesus Christ, what happened here? You know, that's a really good point, Ross. Even when Zelda has stumbled, I've still looked forward to the next one. Yeah, this looks a little zombie town. There's a person there. We're not going to talk to him yet. I was mostly just coming here to get the fire resist gear. Oh, literally zombie town. Okay. And to get other whatchafigs. Shrines. Yeah, Gibdos. Mummies. Well, let's get the waypoint. Damn. I thought the Zora with the mud were bad. Yeah, didn't come here to... Oh, Jesus. Didn't come here to save you. Sorry, nothing personal. I will save you later. It's okay. You're on pause until I get to you. Just keep holding on to that ledge, Renoa. It'll be fine. No, I have not done Zora yet. Zora have mud. That's all I need to know about that. Fish people with mud. Come on. And then we have... The Gorons had drugs. Probably the most banal of all of them. Maybe banal is the wrong word. Minor? I don't know. Rito had the frickin' blizzard. That was terrifying. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one, just to refill my health really quick. And because we're here anyways. Monster tip. Gibdos. They can be weakened with elemental attacks. Why, yes, I have played Skyward Sword. Thank you for asking. Oh, sorry, it did, Ross. I was distracted by the Hell Town. Thank you for the sub, Ross, as always. And, I suppose you know the question. You got the key. Listen, they should be thankful to be with their chosen king. The Demon King. Oh, hang on. I need to start pushing through some of my crap weapons. Refilled them with royals. I also need to test a theory on that regard, which I'm going to do later. Anyone else? Anyone else? No. And yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it, Matter Lord? He's just... I don't know, the idea of someone as... Adam's family as Ganondorf is interesting. Not the most interesting take on it, but it is interesting. doesn't mean he was always doomed. That's why. Well, I don't know if it's true, but the presumption is that this Ganondorf, is Gerudo. Oh, right, I should probably... Yeah, what was this guy just doing in there? Just hanging out. Guess. I don't know. Fine. Yeah, you've heard of exfoliation. It's similar, except, you know, robots, they need it a little bit harsher than we do because of their armored skin, as opposed to non-armored skin. I don't know, Raven. Well, we're doing a shrine. Sorry. I know there's nothing you hate more than me doing shrines. We've been making good progress, although I ran into a extensive quest shrine, which irritates me. It's like the first shrine. It's like, no, you can't access that because screw you. We'll do the quest later. I'm gonna make a point to try and do the Deku. Or Deku. The Korok trick during this lunch break. That would make sense, Bionic Punk. But no, we're not doing the MSQ. We're shrining it up. We'll probably spend the entire next stream just doing shrines. Really? Okay. Fine. Hey, Monobrand. Ah! Thank you for the sub, Monobrand, as always. Give me a moment here. I'll then write this down. Four. I just noticed Ross did not donate toward the objectively correct choice. Shame on you. Summoner 2, Void Stranger, and the objectively correct choice. Thank you, Monoran. See you around, Decked. Get some good rest. You know, I like to think that Link doesn't actually feel anything when he's doing that. But then again, that is pretty weird. I don't know. So I only have 2 of these right now. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. Yeah, exactly. He just feels nothing. Someone gives him a hug and he just looks down like, oh, something's happening. Well, I hit the light. Not that that did anything. It's way too far up, though. I'm missing something, aren't I? Well, what was supposed to be a quick shrine is taking a minute, and we're at my lunch break. So, I'll be back after the lunch break.